notification gang. As usual, y'all are the best. To the new subscribers, welcome to the family. And to those who liked and commented, thank you so much and keep them coming. So in today's video, I am going to do a short storytelling session where I'm going to tell short stories of things that I find either funny or embarrassing that happened to me while in the Netherlands. So let's get into this video. So I'm going to start with this part where I leave South Africa for the Netherlands. So I left South Africa on the 9th of February. My cousin, her husband and her two beautiful children took me to the airport, and I didn't fly out from Namibia because I was already in South Africa to pick up my visa. So I thought it's a good idea to just fly out from Johannesburg, save up the coins anyway. So my cousin took me to the airport. Prior to that trip, I've never flew before, I've never been in a plane before, and I was excited. I mean, I've always traveled in like South Africa, Botswana, and I've always gone by car or by bus, and this was new waters. This was different. So here I am at the airport. My cousin gives me a short prep talk of just get to the other side, look for your gate, and just wait there. Look for my gate. Anyway, I check in. My suitcase gets checked in for all the way, so I'm only getting it in the Netherlands. So I have my carry-on suitcase and a handbag. Did I have a handbag? Probably did. And then I go to the other side. I've never been behind that check-in point, never. I was so excited. I had a 3-hour layover in Abu Dhabi, and traveling alone is fun, but it's crazy. So when I get into the Netherlands, customs and all that stuff was good, the paperwork is good, and there I go to go get my suitcase. I was not ready. Nobody told me there is a belt number somewhere. Nobody told me, like, I just follow the people, follow the masses, and people are just going to pick up their suitcases, but some of these people have like different belt numbers, and mine was, I walked around that airport looking for my suitcase. I don't know how I thought I was going to get my suitcase, for real. I don't know. And then I was walking around and I'm like, but where do I go for my suitcase? And then because I saw people standing at the belts thingies, I just went to join looking for my red suitcase, but the suitcase is not coming. Maybe I stood there for an hour, 30 minutes. The suitcase is not coming to the rotation here. It's not coming. So I'm just like, where is my suitcase? So I went and asked somebody in uniform, and then they showed me on my ticket, I think, or somewhere on some paperwork that I had, somewhere on the sticker, there was a belt number. That's where I just had to go stand to get my suitcase. My suitcase was there, rotating in peace, and then I got my suitcase, and then now it's time to exit. Everything else is done. I'm nervous. There's so many signs that tell you if you have something to declare, if you have something, and then I'm just like, now I'm reimagining or replaying all these videos I've been watching on YouTube on declaring things and people that didn't declare, and I'm like, I have Oro Crush, I have black soap, The Dutch people will see this black item wrapped in newspaper. It's raw from Ghana. What is this? They'll just be like, what is this? And I'll just be like, it's black, it's soap. How do you explain black soap? Anyway, I'm nervous. I'm 100% nervous. I'm just like, and then, so I decided I'm gonna ask these people the question. In my head I was like, I'm just gonna ask, but I did not know what I was gonna ask. So I found somebody just at the exit. The people stand there intimidating you like you are carrying something illegal when you are not. I knew I had no illegal stuff in my suitcases, but those people, the presence of immigration officers and those things just kill the vibe. They kill me. Especially for the first time, as a first timer. So I went up to one and then I asked him, I think I said, do I have anything to declare? Or did I say, what is declarable? Something in those lines. And then the guy just frowned. So the guy asked me, where are you coming from? I said South Africa. And then he said, follow me. And I was like, oh, nope, this is it. I've just landed. Now I'm going straight to prison. This is it. And so he's asking me questions, asking me for my boarding pass and asking me for my passport and my documents and things. And my heart was pumping. My heart was racing. My host parents were on the other side. They couldn't come through until I crossed over to that side. So I was just like, yo, this is 30 minutes of looking for my suitcase. Another 10 minutes after I got my suitcase of should I declare, should I not, what is declarable, what is not. And then they follow me. I follow this man to a room situation at the airport, and then he says, open the suitcase. Guys, I was shivering. I was yo. And then he started going through my things and stuff, and he's asking questions and he's talking as we go. So he asked me, is there anything I want to declare? And then I said, I don't know. And then he said, what do you mean you don't know? And then I said, I don't know what is declarable. So that's why I asked you. And then he said, okay. And so he's going through my suitcase and he opens my carry-on and he's like, oh, okay. And like he literally took everything out and he said, okay, no, you're fine. Put everything in and you're free to go. And I'm like, oh, just like that. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So for me, that's funny because, you know, when you're putting yourself in a situation where it seems like you are looking for trouble, I feel like I was knocking at like a nicely locked door. Like I didn't need to go play around that area, and I did, and that's what it got me. And then so another story. So I arrived at my host parents' house, and we're the first day in the Netherlands, the Sunday, the 10th. My host mom says, oh, welcome home, and they did a small tour. This is her room and this is the house and whatever and whatever. And then she says, do you want some tea? And then I said, yeah. And then she says, okay, you can make yourself a tea. Here's the tea, here's what. And then I'm like, okay. Now she's sitting at the table and I was told to make tea, right, for myself. So I'm walking around the kitchen. I'm looking for the kettle to boil water. I'm not finding this kettle. So after a few minutes, maybe, I don't know, 8-10 minutes, she asks me, are you not making your tea? And then I said, I am. I want to make my tea, but where do you boil your water? She said, oh, you just open the tap. I said, I want to make tea. She said, yeah, the hot water comes from the tap. I said, oh, okay. So she goes to the tap to show me, and the hot water really did come from the tap. So the hot water really did come from the tap. And there I was for 10-12 minutes, good 12-10 minutes, looking for the kettle to boil water, because usually, first time, I've never heard of taps that release hot water, boiling hot water for tea and things. And so that was hilarious. I think that's one of the things I still laugh about when it comes to like me, things that I've done. After 1 month of staying in the Netherlands, I was meeting up with an au pair friend I had got linked to, and she was in Zwolle. So I was coming from Deventer, where I was staying, going to Zwolle. I've never taken the train by myself before that day. And so there I was at the train station. I get on the right train, right platform, everything. There's an app, very easy to use. So I get there and I get on my train on time and everything. And then I'm sitting. On the app, I said I want to go to Zwolle. So if this is the train that is going to Zwolle, this is it, right? That's the direction. So this is it. There I am in the train. 15 minutes or so later, the train stops. 15 is a lot, maybe 10. The train stops. So I'm thinking, okay, they're probably just getting more people on. Then another 10 minutes later, I hear an announcement being made. I'm back at the station where I started in my city. And I'm like, okay, maybe these people are just taking like a longer way, or I'm going to Zwolle. That's all I know. Then 20 minutes later or 30 minutes later, we are in Arnhem. Arnhem is that side. Zwolle is that side. And then I get off in Arnhem for whatever reason, and then I'm like, and then I get back on the train. So on the trains, usually they check to see if you paid or whatever. There's always a control guy who would come through to just scan your ticket or whatever, see if you have a ticket or whatever. So this guy comes, and then he's like, because when I got off in Arnhem, I didn't leave the station, so I thought it was okay to just get back on the train, right? But apparently you have to go check out and check in again. You can't just get on and off on platforms or stations or whatever. So I was like, my friend, it's first time, I didn't know, please. And he's like, okay, no, it's okay, I understand, whatever. When I got back on the train at Arnhem station, I still thought I was going to Zwolle. But the first time the train stopped and brought me to my station, I was apparently supposed to get off at that station and change trains. It says so on the app. But like, I didn't even pay attention to the little information there. Like, I was just like, okay, Zwolle, 1:30, this, okay, that's it. So I'm sitting in the train in Arnhem, from Arnhem, going to Zwolle in my head. 20, 35, 45 minutes later, next station, Deventer. I'm like, what? This is my station. This is what? Like, I was like, okay. I got off nicely, went home and slept. Because I was like, this is not how I go down. No. So I told her, like, you know what? Let's just like reschedule and meet another day, because like I've messed up. It's been an hour and a half that I'm on the wrong trains, on the wrong direction, wrong everything. I'm at home right now. The train brought me back at my station. I'm going home and we'll plan for another day. Seriously. And then one last one. My host dad, I was doing laundry one time, and my host dad had a grey sweater that he had put in, like a wool grey sweater that he had put in with the rest of the laundry. And then I just put it with the grey things and I put it in the washing machine. I knew it was his. When it came out, it had shrunk so much that the 8-year-old child could wear it as a normal sweater. So when it came out, I was so confused. I was like, whose sweater is this now? So I just put it with a boy's thing. And then like a few days later or something, my host dad came and he was like, he came downstairs with the sweater and he's like, Z, what did you do to my sweater? Or something like that. And I'm like, it's yours? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, it's like it was like 100 and something euros. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So I think I shrunk 3 of his sweaters in the washing process. After that, he was just like, I'm doing my own laundry. I'm washing my own sweaters. And I was like, okay. So basically, that's the few funny stories of like things that has happened to me in the Netherlands, and I hope you enjoyed this. And do not forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.